1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The second reading of the interim budget is now being presented to the Parliament by the President. Minister Wijedas Rajapaksa said that the investigation conducted on missing persons is being carried out more expeditiously. The chairman of the University Grants Commission says that facilities have been made to apply for university entrance from Monday. The US will redouble efforts to support Sri Lanka. In foreign news, at least 15 dead amid fighting in Iraqi capital. News in detail. The second reading of the interim budget is now being presented to the Parliament by the President, Ranil Wickremesinghe. The President will address the Parliament until 2 p.m. The debate on the second reading of the appropriation bill will be conducted on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. The second reading of the interim budget is scheduled to be paused on the 2nd of September evening. Plans have also been made to approve 3 orders under the Foreign Exchange Act, a proposal under the Customs Ordinance and 2 terms under the Special Trade Goods Levy. Meanwhile, a special program to educate government MPs and opposition parliamentarians regarding the present economic situation in the country will be held from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. this evening under the patronage of Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, at the parliamentary premises. Minister Wijedas Rajapaksa said that the investigation conducted on missing persons is being carried out more expeditiously. Several complaints and information have been received on missing persons. Meanwhile, the Office of Missing Persons says that it has been reported that 21,000 persons have disappeared. The chairman of the office, Mahesh Katulanda, said that out of this number, 15,000 are civil persons. 6,000 persons affiliated to the army and other sections have also gone missing. Participating in the Subharati program of the SLBC, he said 15 committees have been appointed to investigate to this incident. The chairman of the University Grants Commission, Professor Sampath Amaratunga, says that facilities have been made to apply for university entrance from Monday. The application should be directed online. The relevant student handbook can be purchased from selected book publishers from Saturday, island-wide. It has been printed in 3 languages. Participating in a media briefing held in Colombo today, he said that preparations will be made to recruit 42,519 students to universities. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The United States has promised to redouble efforts to support Sri Lanka to emerge from the present crisis the island nation is facing. The U.S. ambassador to Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, said yesterday, engaged in discussions with the U.S. Sri Lanka Business Council. The ambassador said on Twitter that discussions focused on ways U.S. and Sri Lanka businesses can collaborate to ensure Sri Lanka gets back on a path to prosperity. Ambassador Chung said the U.S. redouble efforts to support Sri Lanka along this path through ongoing efforts like financing for SMEs, fertilizer and seeds for farmers, education, exchange and training to strengthen public financial management, as well as support through IMF if agreement can be reached. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The All Ceylon Coconut Oil Producers Association has warned that there will be a coconut shortage in the country when exporting 2 million coconuts to Pakistan. It was exported to Pakistan 2 months ago. The association also pointed out that the harvest of coconut will be reduced in the forthcoming period and the shortage of coconut will emerge if the exporting practice continues. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by
A Strength to Your Life. CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable gifts and all bills are on 31st of October. Come to CIB today.
In Watchlight, Minister Bandula Gunadana instructs the relevant officials of the Road Development Authority to expedite the construction of a new bridge across the Rajagiriya Navala Canal connecting the Angampitia Road at Atul Kote and School Lane in Rajagiriya to eliminate rush hour traffic congestion. And that was Watchlight.
A strength to your life. CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable gifts and all bills are on 31st of October. Come to CIB today.
World News headlines: at least 15 dead amid fighting in Iraqi capital. Pakistani minister says that disaster to cost more than $10 billion. Ukraine claims new push in Russian-held region. World News in detail. At least 15 people have been killed at clashes between Iraqi security forces and supporters of a powerful Shia cleric continued in Baghdad overnight. Officials say dozens more were injured after protesters loyal to Muqtada al-Sadr stormed the presidential palace. The violence was sparked after Mr. Sadr announced his retirement from politics. Iraq's caretaker prime minister has called for calm and military has declared a nationwide curfew after unrest in several other cities. Street fighting erupted overnight as fighters exchanged gunfire and tracer rounds illuminated the night sky in some of the worst violence to hit the Iraqi capital in recent years. Pakistan's planning minister says early estimates show the devastating floods to hit the country have caused at least $10 billion of damage. His comment comes as another government minister said that one-third of the South Asian nation has been submerged. Separately, Pakistan received $1.1 billion bailout from the International Monetary Fund yesterday. The money is aimed to help the cash-strapped economy avoid defaulting on its debts. The unprecedented flash floods caused by historic monsoon rains have killed at least 1,136 people and affected more than 33 million, or 15% of the country's population. Ukraine's military says that it has broken through Russia's first line of defense in the occupied Kherson region. The reported push appears to form part of a long-awaited counter-offensive being launched by Kyiv in an attempt to retake the country's south. It follows weeks of Ukrainian attacks aimed at cutting off Russian forces there from main supply routes. Russia's military claims that Ukraine troops suffered heavy losses during an unsuccessful attacking attempt. The claims by both Ukraine and Russia have not been independently verified. Back to the headlines of the world news. At least 15 dead amid fighting in Iraqi capital. Pakistani minister says that disaster to cost more than $10 billion. Ukraine claims new push in Russian-held region. And that was world news. On to development news. The school lane of the Western Tulana Madhavau here will be reconstructed under the initiative of the Madhavau here Pradeshya Sabha. The road was not renovated many years and it has dilapidated condition. Meanwhile, the Pradeshya Sabha has taken measures to reconstruct such 50 roads in the area. And that was development news.
Sports news is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
In sports news, the third match of the Asian Championship tournament between Afghanistan and Bangladesh will be held at 7:30 p.m. today under B category. Afghanistan was able to win the first match played against Sri Lanka by 8 wickets and leading at the points table of the tournament. If Afghanistan won the match today, they will qualify for the 4 rounds of the Super Team. And that was sports news.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The All Ceylon Communication Owners Association says that it is uncertain how much the price of mobile phones and accessories will increase due to market conditions. The chairman of the association, Indrajit Pereira, said that after restricting the import of mobile phones and accessories, the prices of them have increased substantially. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB Trust.
In economic news, Export Development Department has implemented a program to uplift the export agricultural cultivation in the island. These programs will be implemented in 17 districts on agriculture export zone level. Under this program, cinnamon, pepper, clove, coffee and cocoa will be cultivated. And that was economic news. Moving on to the weather report. The Met Department says that showers or thunder showers will occur over most parts of the island during the evening or night. Heavy falls above 100 millimeters may occur at some places in the Ua, eastern, north central, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces. Showers may occur in the western and southern provinces during the morning too. And that was the weather report. And to conclude this news broadcast, let's take a look at the headlines once again. The second reading of the interim budget is now being presented to the Parliament by the President. Minister Vijaydas Rajapaksa said that the investigation conducted on missing persons is being carried out more expeditiously. The chairman of the University Grants Commission says that facilities have been made to apply for university entrance from Monday. The US will redouble efforts to support Sri Lanka. In foreign news, at least 15 dead amid fighting in Iraqi capital. With that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.